From San Francisco to San Jose, Bay Area transit agencies are planning for the future. A future with more access to transit, new vehicles and more reliable service, and perhaps even less gridlock on our streets and highways. But those plans could grind to a halt. Critical transit funding is being held up in the nation's capital in two ways. In the short term, Congress needs to pass a bill to extend current funding. In the long term, the Federal Highway Trust Fund, which distributes money for transportation projects ranging from highways to rail cars, is on the brink of insolvency. And if Congress doesn't find a solution, the Bay Area and the rest of the nation will be staring down the barrel of a transportation disaster. Bay Area transit agencies cannot meet the demands of our growing population and our resurgent economy without a long-term, reliable commitment from Washington. The future of a city without transportation funding is paralysis, not only for the economy, but for our families and our quality of life.
I wouldn't have as much money because I would have to drive to work.
Climate change and global warming and everything, we really got to focus on using other modes of transportation aside from vehicles.
It's a pain in the neck to drive, and if you can figure out navigate public transportation, you should do it.
It's an easier way to avoid traffic.
Projects like purchasing new BART trains and a system to run trains more frequently. VTA's plans to complete the 16-mile BART Silicon Valley extension into downtown San Jose and Santa Clara. Muni's need to replace and expand its fleet of buses and trains and keep its trackways in a state of good repair. Replacing AC Transit buses and fixing deteriorating facilities. Caltrain's efforts to reinforce bridges and structures, some of which are more than 100 years old.
All aboard!
But there's still a national need to have a connectivity with passenger railroads coast to coast and border to border.
All of those projects are at risk if funding doesn't come through. We cannot responsibly plan for the future if the largest sources of transportation funding are constantly on the brink of disappearance. Bay Area transit agencies are asking for your support. Stand up for transportation. Send a message to Congress. Long-term and reliable funding is needed to protect our local economy and communities. If Congress doesn't act, we will see more congestion, more pollution, and less service. Transit helps keep all of us moving, even those who never ride a bus, a train, or a ferry. You pay your share through fares and taxes. Now Congress must do its part. Stand up for transportation and provide dedicated funding to keep transit safe, reliable, and available. Stand up for transportation.